Hey you, so today we're going to be doing this super simple, easy daytime smoky eyes, and I'm going to be using the Nudes by Maybelline. And this is a palette that a lot of people don't actually like, which is kind of surprising to me. I actually think they're pretty good for the price. I think this is $9.99, so $10, and you get all of these beautiful shades. And I used a lot of the taupey shades because I was feeling like doing like a daytime smoky eye type of look. But if you want to see how to get this look, then please go ahead and keep on watching. I'm going to start off with my Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer, and I'm just going to be applying that to my eyelid. Next, I'm going to be taking my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot and applying that also to the eyelid to create an even base for my eyeshadows. Don't mind the eyebrows, they need to be taken care of. So starting off, I'm going to be using this shade here. It's like a taupey brown color, and I'm going to be using a large fluffy brush for that, and I'm going to be applying this directly into my crease. It looks really taupe in the pan, but when you go to apply it, it is still taupey, but it picks up a lot of like browns. I don't know if it just reacts that way to my skin color or what, but I guess that's the one thing about these, is that they're a bit deceiving in the pan from what you get on your eyes. But they're still pretty decently pigmented, I think. Next, I'm going to be taking this darker taupey shade here. And again, it's kind of a deceiving shade. It doesn't look that dark in the pan, or at least it doesn't that way to me. But when you go to apply it, it becomes like a real smoky color, which is fine, but I was going for more of that gray tone in it, but it turned out to be this color. Still a nice color though. Now I'm going to go back into the first blending shade, blending brush, not shade, and I'm just going to be blending over top of this because the color was a little bit too dark for what I wanted. So when I went to go blend it out, it actually toned it down some. And then over that shade, I'm going to go with this shade here. It's more of a pearlescent, or it's, no, not pearlescent, satin type of taupe shade. And I'm just going to be applying that over the darker taupe. And again, I'm going to go back into that blending brush without any excess product on it, and I'm just going to blend everything together. For the brow bone, I'll be using this ivory type shade that they have in the palette. It reminds me a lot of Wet n Wild's Creme Brulee. It's not as pigmented though, which is why I like it, because I really wanted a soft kind of smoky eye today, so I think these are really good for that. Now I'm going to be taking my Milani liquid-like eyeliner pencil in the color brown, and I'm going to be applying this to my waterline, and also I'm going to be tightlining. I'm also going to be running this pencil on my upper lash line. And it doesn't have to be too precise. I'm going to be smudging it out, and this is Sephora's Professional Brush in Smudge. I'm just going to be blending this out. And I kind of just, I don't really flick it out, but I do kind of just push it out. And I'm going to go back in with the brush that we used to apply the lid color, and I'm just going to be kind of working this back and forth to diffuse that line, because I don't want it to be like a straight line. I just wanted to add a little bit of darkness to the upper lash line, but not too much. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. And for mascara today, I'll be using my MAC Zoom Lash in the color Zoom Black. You just want to make sure to use your darkest, blackest mascara that you own, so that way You don't necessarily have to apply lashes because I'm not going to. So to make it a little bit more smoky and grungy, you just want to apply your darkest, blackest mascara that you own. So now I'm actually going to be working on my eyebrows. And for that, I'm just going to be using my Benefits Browsings in the color Light, which is just this color here. On most days, I just usually go in with my brow powder rather than with my Dip Brow by Anastasia because I like more of a natural brow. And I think this gives me a pretty good defined brow and it still looks pretty darn natural, I think. See, it just defines your eye and gives it a little bit more zing, I guess. I don't know. So for the inner corner highlight, I went for something that I thought was a bright highlight, but it turned out to be this really pretty soft highlight, and that is the first shade in this palette. And I'm just going to be adding that into my inner tear duct. I applied a bit much. It's such a pretty inner tear duct highlight, I think, because it's kind of soft. So now I'm going to move on to the rest of my face. For my concealer today, I'll be using Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer in number medium 1 Custard. And I did already apply my foundation, but I am doing a first impressions on it, so that is why I applied it beforehand. I'm also going to take a tiny bit of this here, 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 because this foundation looks a little bit yellow, I think, so this pinkness I think will help balance it out a little bit. So to set all my highlighted places on my face, I use the Laura Mercier Universal Translucent Powder. So for bronzer, I'm going to be using my Milani Baked Bronzer in the color 07 Sienna. 07 Sienna. Blush, I want something a little bit rosy so it kind of contrasts with the coolness of the eyes. So I'm going to be using MAC's Pink Swoon blush, which is this pinky toned blush. For highlighter today, I'll be using my IT Cosmetics Hello Light Illuminating Powder, and I'm just going to be applying that to the highest points of my face. And it just looks like this. It's really pretty. It's a little bit more silvery than Opal by Becca. So now I'm going to come back to finish off the eyes. I want to smoke out the lower lash lines. I think I'm going to go with this gray color that we used on the lid. And I'm just going to be using that smudger brush by Sephora. I'm just going to re-intensify my inner tear duct highlight because I feel like it kind of got washed out some. And now I'm just going to be applying a little bit of mascara to my bottom lash lines because my bottom lashes because I forgot to before, and I think it's important. So just apply some mascara there. So for lips, I'm first going to line it with Jordana's Easy Lip Liner in the color Rock and Roses. I love this color. It's beautiful. And I'm also going to fill in my lips with that, by the way. So that I'm just going to be applying this MAC Styled in Sepia color. This was limited edition, which makes me really sad because I wish it was available all the time because I love it. It's just a beigey cement color. That's how they described it. I don't know. Just like a taupe color. And that is it for this look. I I thought it was like a really super simple, smoky daytime look using the Nudes by Maybelline. I really do like this palette. I only use those couple of colors, but I do still like it. I don't know. I guess I got a good one. I don't know, because a lot of people say bad things about it, but I personally really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye!